Hello? 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 The invite link is posted, but I have absolutely nothing to talk about. If anybody wants to come on and talk, well, I guess I can be cordial, but I have nothing to talk about tonight. Thank you. Yeah, the benzos aren't cutting it anymore for me. I need to kick it up a notch, get something stronger. Which I guess means going to the street to get something. Because, doctors are highly regulated on certain kinds of meds. And I doubt he's going to give me if I ask him, I doubt he's going to give me a pipe and a pouch of opium to smoke. So I'll have to head down to the streets, which means the corner of Voodoo Donuts downtown, and see what I can pick up because it doesn't matter anymore. Heroin. Well, I'm open for that. What the hell? I'd rather snort it than inject it, but that's much more expensive. Well, next time I see him, I'll ask him. I'll tell him I want to kick it up a notch. What does he have? I want all day knockout drops. That's basically what I want. I mean, like wake up, have coffee and breakfast, and then take some magic powder and just sit in my chair all day and stare at the wall. Occasional piss break and go to bed and then repeat. Ah, that's very good. Just sprinkle it on a salad, and you see now. I'm glad this made it worthwhile to come on tonight because I never would have thought about that, or nor would I ever have known about that. Just sprinkle on a salad and eat it. Thank you, JB. That's really good. Okay, we have a troll here. Yeah, good day, gents. Yeah, real suckerhorn, right. I'm very depressed about this winter storm situation in America. Everyone's talking about 5 inches of snow, 10 inches of snow, 20 inches of snow, minus 10, minus 20 degrees, howling winds. And here this afternoon was mid 30s, clear blue skies, bright and sunny. Just so depressing. No rain, no snow. Rich Mitch. Yeah, I'm having a chamomile tea, 2 tea bags, Trader Joe's brand, which is it's adequate quality. Campers. Morty is the Pacific Northwest partying tonight with Seattle's big win. I have no idea. I'm isolated, locked in my room. Drapes closed, curtains closed, doors locked, lights off. I have no idea. Rich, did you ever get any malt loaf or Viscount biscuits? Um, no, but thank you very much for that reminder because I forgot about those suggestions. So thanks for the reminder, Rich. By the way, I've decided. I was thinking, why am I waiting for to go to England? And from New York, it's $350 to get to England. It's nothing. I mean, nothing in that I'll just put it on a credit card and then not pay it. So it's nothing. And maybe I could stay at friends' home. I have friends many friends in England who I'm very close with. Hastings, all around London, Brighton, Southend, um, some other places I forgot the names of. And maybe they'd let me just flop on their couch instead of paying, $300 a night on the credit card for a hotel. So it's like, why don't I just buy a ticket tomorrow and just go? I don't need to take anything, just a carry-on bag. Lock up all my arsenal items, nice and safe, and just leave. My friend in Hastings, last time I talked to her, I said, "Boy, you live in a really historic place." She goes, "Oh yeah, yeah, Hastings. You know about that?" I'm like, "Oh my god." Yes, I know about the Battle of Hastings. I'm not an American retard. As is found on the YouTube channels. Yeah, that's not the real Suckerhorn Gilden. Vlog the trip. Well, I certainly could. Maybe I would do that. Thing is, well, I need about a month. And I don't think people are going to let me sleep on that couch for, a week at a time. Let's say 3 or 4 or 5 different, places, friends' places. They're going to say, yeah, one night, okay, Morty, but get the fuck out the next morning. So it's going to take a lot of money. But it looks like lots of people in London just sleep on the street in a box or in a tent, and the police leave them alone, you know, because they're a special class. So I guess I would pack, my winter parka, take that with me, and just one carry-on bag, and wouldn't need to bring anything else. I can't imagine. I could bring my friends some gifts. Like I was thinking, well, what would I bring them as a nice gift? And a popular gift at the souvenir stores here, at the upscale souvenir stores here for tourists in Portland, besides an Antifa T-shirt, is hazelnuts. Oregon is the America's center for growing hazelnuts, and you can bring them like product of Oregon, hazelnuts in a 1 pound package, or chocolate coated hazelnuts. They got all the hazelnut stuff, and everybody likes hazelnuts. So I sent a couple packages of Oregon hazelnuts to an old girlfriend in Japan, and she flipped out. She goes, "Oh my God, these are phenomenal! I love these." Oh, yeah. So I guess I could pack that along with me. Just buy those at the airport at a more expensive price, but they sell them at that kind of souvenir store, airport store, and downtown touristy kind of store. Yeah. They have a store at a couple of at some of the shopping malls, and they're called Made in Oregon, and it's just or higher priced products of all Oregon stuff, and clothing and food and stuff, and it's all like 50% more than what you would pay for it at a supermarket, but it's got fancy packaging. But they have that same store probably at the airport, and you just buy all that stuff there and then head to England. You know. Campers, Morty, why do you know so many Brits who would let you sleep on their couch? Unusual, and because I had a 30-year life in Los Angeles, and I know many people. I've met many people, and I have some really, really close friendships, and people of from people in different parts of the world. They've all moved around, and these are people I knew from L.A. over many, many, many years. And when I lived in Japan, I met lots of people too from Australia and Britain. You know, I've kept in touch with them pretty closely. Rich, my birthday is the same day as the Battle of Hastings. Well, there you go. Um, Biff Helms, hey there. Saw an interesting documentary about Venezuela. When Maduro was taken out, the economy was so fragile that they are temporarily reverting to a barter economy. Oh, well, okay. So I'll give you 3 boxes of 9 millimeter for 1 box of 45. That kind of bartering, that works. Yeah. Hello, one. No, I don't know about that. Hello, Blaine. Very funny, Golden. Yeah. A lot of Portuguese people live in Hawaii. I don't know if anybody knows that, but a very large population of Portuguese or Portuguese, ancestry people in Hawaii. And but I only knew one Portuguese person in Los Angeles, and she was just remarkable. But it was a very brief situation. It's pretty damn quick for doing right? Speaking of Britain, did anybody see a news story over the last couple of days about um, the health minister of Wales? Anybody see this fat, disgusting blob? She's like 250, 200 pounds overweight, and she's the health minister of Wales. And, she's from one of those countries that, is popular in Britain now, is overrun in Britain. And it was like, Rachel Levine, the transsexual, being the Secretary of Health here in America. The Dr. Rachel Levine, you know, and like these four-star admirals and four-star generals who were transsexuals and women four-star admirals and four-star generals. I can't. How does that happen? I mean, it's just incredible. The Joe Biden DEI military and appointments. Portuguese were the original sailors and world navigators. Well, yeah, right, sure. One of the most beautiful a beautiful film from Hollywood. I know JB's not going to watch it because I don't think he's an old movie guy, but it's a classic book, Captain's Courageous, which I remember reading in elementary school as a little kid. Fantastic book. And they made a movie of it in the 30s with Spencer Tracy playing the Portuguese fisherman guy on the boat. Lionel Barrymore is the ship's captain. Melvin Douglas as the rich guy, and the little kid was played by very famous kid actor at the time. I just forgot his name. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful film. And JB would really enjoy Spencer Tracy as the Portuguese fisherman who's the star of the movie with the kid. John Carradine is in it, one of the shipmates on the fishing boat, and beautiful film. But yeah, JB never asked me for any Portuguese-themed movie recommendations, so why bother? Why give him any unsolicited recommendations? Freddie Bartholomew, that's it. Biff Helms, that's it. Freddie Bartholomew was a terrific kid actor, really good. Major star in the 30s as a child actor. But look up that movie if anybody can handle a movie in black and white with great acting and directing and script and no car chases and explosions and laser lights and sex in the shower scenes. Captain's Courageous, 1930 something, Spencer Tracy. Great film. Let's see here. Barter is the money of peasants. Debt is the money of slaves. I don't know. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Barter is the money of peasants. Debt is the money of slaves. And stolen goods is the property of body cam video people. Police body cam video. Yeah. I could see female flag officers as nurses are commissioned officers. I don't see how a female can be a general or an admiral. I just don't see it. I just can't see it. They've never had command, field position commands over a decade of experience or 2 decades. I just can't see it. I mean, the only case I know of where a woman had field command of a ship was that New Zealand lesbian who ran that battleship aground and sank it, or whatever kind of ship it was. It was a Navy warship in New Zealand, and she sank that that sucker. How intelligent, how dumb, how incompetent does a ship's captain possibly be to ground and sink a warship? I mean, it's incredible. Okay, Jeanne d'Arc. All right, well, you got a point there. All right, yeah. Robbery is common in barter economy. Guns and bullets are common barter, along with clothing. Well, in Portland, I guess I could go downtown and I could trade the Voodoo Donuts. I'll trade you. I'll give you 10. I'll give you a dozen Dick and Balls Voodoo Donuts in a box for um, for a pair of cheap shoes. See, that's a barter right there. I watch videos on basic training, Marine Corps, Navy, Great Lakes, and all this stuff, and they have women as drill instructors. Women sergeants, women DIs in the Marine Corps, women, I guess, petty officers who are drill instructors. And they're screaming, and they're 5'2", and they're screaming at their recruits. It's like a joke. It's an absolute joke. And this is my opinion. If a woman wants to be in the service, fantastic. If she wants to be a Marine, fantastic. Day one of recruit camp, recruit basic training, everybody gets their head shaved, men and women. You're going to be a Marine, be a Marine. This thing where you can tie it back in a knot is absolute bullshit. That's not being a Marine. That's my opinion. Was I a Marine? No. But I mean, it's just common. It's just obvious. If you're going to be a Marine, you get your head shaved like everybody else. So it's a joke. If a woman wants to be a Marine and work in an administrative position or be the floor waxer of the Marine Administration Building on the overnight shift, waxing the floors and cleaning the toilets, washing the windows, being a nurse, being a doctor, a dentist, lawyer. Yeah, okay. But in the battlefield or, leading a squad of a detail of Marines, I mean, it's a joke. Flying combat aircraft, I mean, it's a joke. U.S. Navy is the worst for recruit company commanders. Yeah, I think a public affairs officer, a woman could do that. If I were in the military, Air Force, Navy, whatever, and I was assigned to public affairs, as my specialty or rating, whatever you call it, MOS, and my lieutenant was a woman, I'd be fucking pissed. Of course, I'd be an officer, but then my captain. What if my captain or major was a woman officer? I mean, it's just incredible. Yeah, unbelievable. I watched some videos about U.S. Coast Guard Academy, Coast Guard recruit training, and that is unbelievably tough. I think I mean, it looks tougher than Air Force, Army, or Navy recruit training, Coast Guard. I mean, I don't know, but it sure looked that way. Coast Guard has nice uniforms. They just wear, blue pants and a blue shirt, nice little hat. Yeah. Hunter Biden's short-lived career was oh, really? He was in public affairs for the Navy? Unbelievable. Well, didn't he get thrown out of the military? Didn't he get thrown out for drugs or drug use or whatever? But he was the smartest man in the room. So Yeah, there was another woman in very old England, before the year 1000 England, who was a battlefield leader, Boudica. And but those women like that pop up about once every 1,000 years, you know. So yeah, this is very misogynistic and viscountess uh, content tonight. Guy Gadbois, tonight's show is nothing. I have nothing to talk about. If anybody wants to come on the panel, I have the invite link posted, but Otherwise, there's nothing. Thank you. A geek at what? No, I'm just sitting here hallucinating. Benzos and whiskey. Hi, Dodger. Nothing going on here. Just sitting here hallucinating under, a lot of drugs. So nothing going on. Thank you. Good morning to you. Okay, thank you all for watching the 60-minute nothing show. Yeah, Dodger, the weather where I am is 30 degrees, beautiful sunny days and blue skies. No snow, no rain, nothing. I'm very depressed about that because I really wanted, a lot of snow and rain and nothing. Very depressing. Rest of the country apparently has a lot of snow and, very low temperatures, but no, not here. Anyway, thank you, whoever's watching. I'm going to end the Nothing Show, and I'll be back sometime. Who knows when? Nobody cares anyway. What's the difference? Frankly, what difference does it make at this time? Frankly, Senator, at this time, what difference does it make? That was it. Yeah. Chicago, yeah, well, I'd rather go to England than Chicago. Yeah. All right, good night, everyone. Bye.